G'day and welcome to my last video in this series on a Horde base that loves a blade trap or two. We're picking up from the morning after the last Horde night in video 2, see link in the description, and we're going to make some modifications by adding in some additional pathing control and 14 more blade traps to bring the total to a nice round 20. After that, we're going to bump up our level to around the 100 mark, then run a day 7000 Horde to see how things hold up. Hope you enjoy, please like and subscribe if you do. Alright, well let's get started. First thing we're going to do if we're going to add some more blade traps is give the zombies somewhere to run. So we'll come out 4 blocks, skip one there, and this will be the inside wall. Run this down to the entrance and then one past to block it off. And this will be the outer wall. If we run this down to the same point, this will give the zombies a channel that they have to run through, and plenty of space for us to add in a bunch of blade traps. That's what it looks like from above. From here we need to build this up 3 blocks high total, so 2 more on top. Run this around the whole way, takes a little bit. And obviously one thing to keep in mind is that while I'm doing this directly with concrete in creative mode, if you were doing this in game and you wanted the XP, you could definitely start with wood frames and upgrade all the way through, which will give you a whole bunch of XP that you don't get building it directly with concrete. There's the final entrance on the left hand side, and once you do it on the right hand side, here's what it looks like as well. Now that we've added our new entrance pathing, let's just do a quick check to make sure that we haven't broken any of the pathing for the zombies. Grab a couple of Arlenes, and in theory they should just run around straight through, back up the middle, up over the ramp, and then loop around again. So far so good. There's one, and there's the other. Back around they go, all looking pretty good so far. Alright, since the pathing is still under control, it's time to go back inside the base and start to make some other renovations. What we want to do first is knock out some of the walls and extend the flooring so that we can cover the new inbound paths that we've created, so that once the blade traps are in those channels, we can still get to them to make repairs. So let's knock that wall out, grab some bars, and start to extend the floor. I'm obviously going to use creative fly mode, but you can always put down some wood frames to stand on as you go out. I'm going to go out 3, the next one will be the wall, and then fill in the rest of this floor. Bring down bars all the way. Now we can start to build up the wall to cover over this section of the inbound path. Fairly resource intensive, but obviously we're aiming this for a late game, mid game, late game horde. So I expect that coming up with all these blocks is probably not going to be too much of a challenge at this point. Keep running through these. This is what it looks like when you're finished. Spin around the other side and we'll do the same thing. There we go, finished. There's the view from the top. It ain't pretty, but hopefully it's quite effective. And since that just looks silly, let's fill that in. Alright, now that we've finished on the outside, let's head back inside, where we've got plenty of work to do to finish things off. First things first, we're going to need to extend the bars to cover the whole floor area. So we need to knock down this ladder, and Grab our bars. And fill in the rest of the floor. We'll then be able to jump over the other side. Do some more wall renovation. There we go. And again, continue the bars out, covering the whole floor. Once that's done, here's how it looks. Alright, we've come back down our entrance ladder, and it's time to put down all of our blade traps, finally. The goal here is obviously to get as many in this space as we can. So starting from the top corner, one there, and then every 2 blocks we'll add another blade trap like that. And then the last one should go here. Except it's there we go. And you'll notice that that should not quite overlap with the one on the wall already. Running back here, let's put the same on the other side. First one goes here. Second over to, there we go. Last one, once we clear that top block again, goes there. I think actually we should have room for one more, since the entrance extends a bit further out. There we go. And there is 7 additional blade traps. Now we just need to head over the other side, and we'll do the same there. And this is what things look like when we're done on both sides. From here, we need to head back inside and start wiring things up. So first, we're going to put in a couple of lanterns for some light, since it's pretty dark in here. Throw one down there, and the same on the other side. Now let's grab some switches, and we can put it there, but then if that block gets destroyed, we lose all of our blade traps. So let's pop it, maybe not on the front wall where there could be some damage from cops. Let's put it on the left. There we go. And then same again on the other side. Now that we've got our switches in place, it's time to start wiring up the blade traps. We want to do that off the switches, so head over to our generator and grab the wire. Head back in and head up to our... Wait. Oh, man. Alright, pretend that never happened. And here's our modified entrance. I've moved over one slot just to make the jump a little easier. And let's grab that wire and try again. And I made that jump easier. Right. Cable's black. Hook it up. Try it again on the other side. See if we can do a little better this time. Yay! Cable's black. All hooked up. From here we're going to need to knock some holes in the bars so that we can access the blade traps and wire them up. Alright, now that we have that out of the way, let's wire up these blade traps. I'm going to start with the front 2, and while we could daisy chain from one blade trap to the next, what we're actually going to do is do each one of them directly off the switch. If you daisy chain them, that will run the risk that if any of the blade traps are accidentally destroyed, maybe a cop blows up, then any downstream blade traps from there will lose their power and stop working. So instead, it's not as pretty, but we're going to do all of them directly off the switch. Now that we've done that side, let's go and do the other side as well. Okay, now that we've got all those blade traps wired up, it's time to give it a test run. But since we didn't put a full cohort of engines in to begin with, we need to give the generator a bit more juice, refuel, and turn it on. Let's head back inside. really don't like this entrance. So let's just do a quick detour and fix that up. And what we might do is make it the same as it was in the first and second videos, with the entrance from the outside. Put those bars back in. Get some ladders. We've got some, there they are. And put these up. Let's just pretend no one saw that. And the access to the roof. Alright. Hopefully now we'll leave the entrance as is. Hopefully third time's the charm. Let's put back our lantern. Give ourselves some light again. Over there, and a door back again to the outside. There we go. Now that that's done, let's get back to testing our blade traps. First set, second set, and third set. And that's not working. Why is that not working? Because we don't have enough power. Alright. We're going to need another generator. Let's jump back down. Preferably without electrocuting ourselves. And let's put in another generator. Alright, the generator's in, and we've already removed the input wire from our switch, and that just went out of range. So my shiny new entrance is now causing us problems. Alright, let's try it again, and we might just sneak it through the bars if we can, up to the switch. Just knock that out, and try it again. So that left-hand switch will now be running off the new right-hand generator, which we can turn on, and hopefully this time we'll be able to run all of our blade traps at once, if I remember where the new entrance is. Replace that bar as well. There we go. Let's turn them on. Alright, one side's up. Middle, both up and running, and there we go. All blade traps going. Lovely. I think it's time for a test run. Let's bring in 25 zombies. Let's bring in some bows. And as you can see, blade traps aren't going to mess them up quite nicely. And that's made pretty quick work of those 25 zombies. Alright, back up on the roof, and we've cleared off all the wooden spikes, and we're going to pop up a couple of SMG turrets. I like the SMG turret simply because I always seem to have some 9mm ammo lying around, but you can use whichever turret you like. This is just to keep the vultures away from the roof. Put them down there and head back inside to wire them up. You'll see once we get inside that I've also added up some bumper rails to stop us falling down the gaps in the bars, similar to what we did in video 2. Let's wire that one up. Again, off different switches, just to make sure that we've got some redundancy if we lost a switch for some reason. There we go. And let's throw in some ammo. 2, 3. Locked and set to zombies. That angle looks fine. Same on this side. And we should be good to go. Alright, so we're just getting set up for Horde night now. I've given myself a level 5 pump shotgun. And we've also thrown in a couple of mods. We've got the choke mod to tighten up the spread and the tube extender for fewer reloads, as well as a bunch of shotgun shells. We've also bumped up our level to almost level 100, which sets our game stage nice and high. And in terms of skills, I've just put a few points into Shoddy and pretty much left everything else as it was, except for a few points into advanced engineering so that you can see the experience tick up when the blade traps kill a zombie. Alrighty, next steps is to set our day 7 Horde incoming. Sorry, 7,000. Just off by a few zeros, really. Let's get our blade traps running. And then we might jump outside and see where they're going to come in from. Get our shotgun. Okay. Here we go. Oh, we seem to be missing a blade trap there. I wonder what that is. Oh, it's the turrets. We've overloaded the generator again. It's not essential. We'll see how we go without that one. One soldier got through. Take care of him. Possibly could have done with the mod for the radiation suppression, but we'll see how we go. As you can hear, there's a lot of hits happening, and obviously a bunch of zombies getting killed before they even get through to us, which is the idea. So a quick check of how much damage they're taking so far. Not a lot, which is good. The good thing about the electric fences, of course, is that if we're off looking at other things, you can tell from the sound that there's someone in the middle channel that we need to go and take care of. Must be some vultures around. Hopefully we'll hear the... oh, there he is. Let's see if we can take him out. Apparently I can't shoot, but the SMG turrets can. So they're doing their job. And as you can see, only a few zombies here and there are making it through to the middle, which is kind of what we want. Need to check from time to time on repairs. Give that a nudge back up. Why is that one having a go at the wall? Something to keep an eye on. There's level 99. We must have been pretty close to that when we started. As you can see, those two aren't taking a lot of damage because not that many zombies are getting through. Cop. I wonder if he'll make it all the way through or not. I guess not. Good that they get killed without any interference needed. Just keeping an eye on things. You know, it's not quite an AFK base, but it certainly on the first early waves, it's holding its own nicely. Side looking pretty clean. Not a lot of damage. Not a little bit there. Nothing on that one. A little bit on that one. Not much on that one. Those front ones, not too bad either. For those that watched the last video, yes, I did forget to build up the front to stop any cops spitting, but with the modified entrances, I don't think that's too much of a problem. While we've got a second here, we might just have a look at the game stage. Since we've jumped forward to day 7000, that does affect the game stage, as you saw there. It's now 237. So, fairly high game stage. Still looking pretty good over here. Let's check damage. Not too bad. Nothing. Not much. Oh, that one's hopped a bit. I don't know why that one does the most, and that one. Might have to look at that at some point. Again, doesn't need much here. Blade traps will sometimes take care of it. And of course, if we really wanted to, we could just let them run through, because we know that they'll loop around. Ooh, this looks like a new wave. Become the demos. Some dogs as well. So here's where we need to watch our shots a little bit more. So that demo might have got killed. Yep. Blade traps took care of him. Wait a minute. That's not a doggy. I guess. Direwolf. See him when he next comes around, unless he gets taken care of in the meantime. Which it sounds like he might have just done. Jump. Judging from the sound, there's certainly a lot more action at the moment. Demo got taken care of. Again, just picking off the ones that get a little bit further than we want. And given how much extra action there is, let's just keep an eye on the damage. They also seem to be coming from this side more. Whew, feels like it's heating up a bit. Oh, yeah, there we go, that was down to 800. Keep them all going. At some point we need to jump over and check the other side just in case as well. There we go. It's okay. Starting to stress a little bit, but I really probably don't need to if I stop and think about it. Again, nothing's making it particularly far, and those that do can just loop around. Take out a few of these. Again, just keeping an eye on them. Obviously this is going to use up a lot of steel, but the trade-off is it's not going to use up anywhere near as much ammo. So it kind of depends on what you want to put your effort into obtaining. And how much you like to let the base and the traps do the work, and how much you like to shoot zombies in the head. Well, that one had pretty much malfunctioned. You can see they're all queuing up down the right hand side now, so that one's copying a beating. Plus I probably shoot it from time to time by accident. What's he doing on top of that? Again, all just needing a touch up, but not too bad. Make sure we don't shoot that demo. There we go. He's running under blade trap, so that's good for us. Again, feels like it's heating up again, but for the most part, we're still holding up nicely. Can't shoot those, so we'll let the traps do the work. Get him though. SMG turrets are still working up top, that's good. You can hear the occasional gunshot. Just another check, yeah. Not too bad. Ooh. Spiders. Now of course they're going to sneak under a little bit, but I do find that once they get to the middle section they either get stuck with the electric fence and they're easy to take out, or they leap up and get churned up by the blade trap. So either way they're not too bad. Apart from him, how did you get up there? In all of my testing, that's never happened before. Check out this side. He's come back here. Done. Notice I'm not checking the back two in the middle section, simply because there's not many getting to them. Probably didn't need to do that last repair, but oh well. So he's making all the noise. Hearing him. Get rid of this lumberjack convention. Yeah, the SMG's doing a lot of work. Ooh, and another level. So we've gone right through level 99 during this Horde night. We are on 64 zombies, but just on the default difficulty. So SMG's having a go at somebody. Feel like we're getting... Wait a minute. Why are they... Ah, the fences are down. It's the one thing I haven't checked for a while. There we go. I think we got that one. Fences are back up. Let's just check that. Yep. Don't neglect your fences. But as you saw, at least everything just ran around in the loop like it's designed to do. So all that does is send them back through the blade traps. Oh, it's heating up now. Come on, shotgun. There you go. That's what happens when they jump. Oh. So I'm feeling stressed, but I probably shouldn't, because again, the blade traps are holding it pretty well. And it is almost end of the Horde night, so we're not going to finish this one early like we have been on the other times. But I certainly think, so far, barring any tragic accidents in the last 9 minutes, it's going to have held up pretty well. Cranking out a few extra shots now to get rid of as many as we can before the Horde night finishes. And there we go. Horde night's done. A little bit of cleanup to go. Or potentially a lot of cleanup to go. Over here. Ooh, we've lost the blade trap. Possibly because of that soldier that's just smacking on the wall. Who's left? There we go. Done and dusted. So that's what a day 7000 Horde night looks like, with a base with 20 blade traps. 19 when you're finished. Well, that's it for this blade trap base design. Hope you enjoyed watching the series. Please let me know what you think in the comments below, and have a good one.